Hey guys, I just got back from Kick-Ass 2. I want to do a quick little video about it while it's still fresh in my mind. I was disappointed, to put it lightly. So, skating right past the flaws of the first Kick-Ass. No, actually, let's not skate past them. Okay, can we talk about the fact that in Kick-Ass 1, the only two primary female characters are his girlfriend, who is dumb as a rock and basically only functions as a trophy to award Kick-Ass once he has become a superhero, and Hit Girl, who, while she's awesome, she basically divorces herself from everything feminine in order to be strong. The joke is that she's not girly, and it's because she's strong. She can't be both, is the concept. She oftentimes uses, like, feminine language to degrade her opponents. I think at some point she says something like, take out your tampons. I'm not sure if that's in the preview for the second one or in the second one. I don't remember seeing it in the second one, but I feel like she said it. Anyway, so, but if we did skate right past that, Kick-Ass 1 is a really good movie, and one of the things that's good about it is it's satirical. It's taking the concept of superheroes and then making it realistically real life. Like, what would happen? Yeah, you would get the shit kicked out of you. A lot. And that's what makes that movie interesting. It's unexpected, and it kind of, like, takes you by surprise because you're forced to think about all the things that don't make sense about the superhero mythology. But then you hit Kick-Ass 2, and you realize that they are superheroes now. They're real superheroes. So all of the satire of them not being really superheroes kind of disappears. And when you make them regular superheroes, they're kind of boring compared to other superheroes. Like, when you look at real superheroes, like in Marvel and DC and stuff, they all have these complex storylines, because otherwise how could you do a franchise about them or anything about them? It's like, you can only create so many villains that can challenge a certain person. And Kick-Ass, they're all just people. They're all just regular people. They just, like, beat people up with sticks and stuff. And that just doesn't remain interesting for long. Anyway, so once they lose the satire, things that they had in the first movie that were fine, like cheesiness in the writing and brutal violence, stop being tied together by the satire, and they start sticking out. So the cheesiness of the dialogue and the writing just, like, really was not working for me in this one. And then also the violence, which I think was a lot more brutal than the last one, just, like, hits you in the face. There are these lines intended to be dramatic that are just, like, that just really don't go over well, and then followed by, like, some of the most brutal, violent scenes I've ever seen in superhero movies. And I'm not per se against violence in film, but I just feel like it was super unnecessary and it stuck out a lot in this movie. Anyway, so also the plot lines were all over the place. There was this concept of whether or not you are a superhero and that's who you are, or whether or not that superhero kind of removes your identity, and whether or not Hit Girl has a real identity, or if her childhood was stolen, or if that is her childhood, or whatever that means. And they just waffled back and forth on it for the whole movie. Like, every other scene, somebody was like, this is who I am, this isn't who I am, this is who I am, but this is who you are. And it's just like, you get really sick of it. You kind of don't know where it's headed, and it stops meaning anything. And then you get this, like, Mean Girls style plot line with Hit Girl, where, like, she's going to school and she's trying to fit in, and these girls do this really Carrie style thing where they're like, we're gonna pretend like we like you, and then we're gonna turn on you, and it's gonna be awful. But again, the satire was, like, not quite there, so they had this way more than Mean Girls over the top high school plot line with these horrible bitchy girls, and then it just didn't ever, I feel like it never stopped feeling like they were trying to create high school and failing, instead of, like, purposefully trying to show this ridiculous angle on high school. It just felt like they were wrong about high school. Anyway, not that high school didn't suck, because it totally did. Anyway, so, okay, one more thing. At the very end of the movie, spoiler alert, I guess, if you're concerned, but I'm not recommending it anyway, so if you're really paying attention, you don't be concerned about spoilers because you're not going to go see it. But anyway, so, spoiler alert. There's this part at the end where they kiss, Hit Girl and Kick-Ass kiss. It's the stupidest thing ever. I was so mad. I, like, said something in the theater. As they were going in for it, I was like, no! I think the other, like, 6 people in the theater were really annoyed with me. Anyway, so here's my problem. Why does every female in this franchise who's not evil have to be connected romantically to the main lead? can women not exist in the world of film without being connected romantically to male characters? Because his girlfriend in the first movie is connected to him, and that's why she's important. And then Night Bitch, the only female superhero on their team, on the Justice Forever team in this movie, is totally banging Kick-Ass. And then at the very end, Hit Girl, now that she's 15 and thus, I guess, like, okay for romantic plot lines, has to kiss him. And it's like, why? What's so appealing about Kick-Ass? And why is it necessary that every female character be tied to him romantically? Can we not have one female character who is interesting and involved in the movie on her own merits, rather than on her connection to the character we really care about, which is total garbage, because Kick-Ass is super boring, and I don't really like him. Maybe I'm just annoyed because of the kiss scene. Anyway, so one thing that was pretty cool was that the scariest and most dangerous character in the entire movie, the scary Russian, Mother Russia, was a lady, which was awesome. And her costume was like this bikini thing, and I felt like it was ironic, and I liked it, because it was like, she's this slab of solid muscle. It's like not what men find sexy. And they put her into this bikini, which is like kind of trying to sexify her, but it's totally failing, because it's like, you can tell in this bikini more than in normal life that she could tear your head off with her bare hands. And I imagine that it's not appealing. But like, I thought it was really funny. I thought it was interesting. It was kind of self-parodying to be like, this is a sexy superheroine costume. But if it wasn't intended to be ironic, then it was stupid. But I think it was. I hope it was. Anyway, one more thing. There is a rape joke in this movie, and usually I am super against rape jokes, because most of the time the butt of the rape jokes are the people who are being raped, and that's not cool. But in this one, the butt of the rape joke is the rapist, because he super can't get it up, and I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay. It's always good to mock rapists, because, like, no, you guys suck. Yeah. So, those are my thoughts on Kick-Ass 2. I did not enjoy it. I would not recommend it. I certainly will not be watching it again. If you like Kick-Ass 1, watch it again, because I don't think that this is near as good. Anyway, those were my thoughts. Have you seen it? Tell me in the comments. Do you disagree with everything I've said? Tell me in the comments. Whatever you want, in the comments. Okay.